Hey everyone's JACKELWOLF back in Skyfactory 4 with another 5 minutes. That's how I did it. Now, if you've been following along, you know that anytime we are in my stream world, that we're going to be doing something a little bit special, something a little bit different. This episode, we are going to build ourselves a mob grinder. Now, this is something that was a special request from Samsung S, and you know what? It is a really, really good idea because every world needs a mob grinder, especially, you know, when you're in these void worlds where you don't really have any, if done properly, you aren't going to accidentally run into any mobs. So a mob grinder is an absolute must for these things. So first off, what I've done is I built this on stream a long time ago, but it is actually a good opportunity for me to kind of upgrade a few things on here. So my original design, I had a mob fan, which has been expanded, widened out. So it is the full length of this room. I've got a dark room, and if we hit F7, you can see where the lighting levels are on here. And before I forget, let's just throw a torch down here just to clean this up a little bit while we were messing around with it. I also had an item collector. We'll get a little bit more to that in the future. And I also had some spikes. I had some iron spikes and some diamond spikes. These are controlled with a redstone signal, so you can turn them on and off, and it makes maintenance in here quite a bit easier. So this was my original design. What we're going to do is we're going to upgrade a few things that needed to be fixed as a demonstration of how you would build this yourself normally. So to start, what we're going to need is a mob fan. Now, the mob fan is quite a bit easier to make than in previous versions of Skyfactory and Stone Block 2 and that. To make a mob fan, it is simply a block of redstone in a crafting table with 4 stone slabs and 4 iron ingots. That gets us our mob fan. I'm actually not going to take this one out because the one we've got in here should work perfectly right now. Now, there is a little bit of a problem. I do not have a full height on here. Right now, it is only blowing in this one level. So if I get a spider that gets up on the wall or something like that, I'm just not blowing him down. So what we're going to do is we're going to build ourselves another mob upgrade. Now, as you saw earlier, I had some of the widener mob upgrades already installed. What we need to do is build ourselves an up and down mob upgrade. Now, to do that, we're actually going to need some feathers. Now, to get feathers, we're going to go place our market right here in front of us. And here comes the villager, Ben Swallow. Whoever that is, we're going to go type in feather. And these are really, really cheap. They are simply 1 seed equals 1 feather. Now, if I had some chickens in my world, that would make this a whole lot easier. But because I don't, it's just easier to go and buy these from the market. So we're going to take these 3 feathers. We're going to place them in a crafting table with 4 pieces of iron, and that's going to get us our fan upgrade. Now, you can have a maximum of 3 in here, but for now, we're only going to need that 1. And what I'm actually going to do is, if I put it in right now, it's going to get that 1 up, and it's going to blow too high. But I've still got this space up here, which potentially could be, a spider could climb up there, or even a bat, floating around in here. Could affect mob drops and stuff like that. So what we're going to do is I'm going to break this up top, and actually, before I forget, let's go and, just in case it goes off the edge, we're going to go take that cobblestone lever. We're going to go break this mob fan. And you see we picked up those side-to-side ones. And what we're going to do is we're going to place that there. We're going to place the cobblestone down and the cobblestone down. And rather than walk all around, I'm just going to go break this. We're going to take that lever. We're going to place it right on the mob fan. And now we can turn it on and off as we please. Now, before I go and step in front of this as a demonstration, let's just go right click on here and we'll throw that upgrade in. We'll throw that height upgrade. Now, as soon as I cross that line, because of those width upgrades, I'm going to get pushed right ahead. If this was just a vanilla one, it would only be in a single column right in front of it. But the width upgrades is going to move this out. So if we go out, you can see we are pushed all the way over here. Now, there is a little bit of a problem. You see, I can kind of go and push against this, and I'm not actually into those spikes. So what we want to do is we want to build ourselves a second upgrade. And something to keep in mind, I'm not going to be able to get to that door anymore because, and I got hit by that spike. You can see that fan is pushing me back. So what we're going to do is we're going to come out, we're going to come over to our crafting table, To make a fan upgrade distant modifier, though, this is going to add 1 block on to that mob fan. It is simply a piece of redstone in a crafting table with 4 iron ingots and 4 feathers. That gets us our mob fan upgrade. I'm going to go take the long way around. And we're going to go place this in here, place the distance upgrade. And now when I push myself over the edge, you can see I'm pushed right up against that wall. I cannot get off of that block. So any mobs that are going to be pushed, they're going to be pushed right into this area with no way for them to get out. So let's really quickly run over here. We're going to take these 2 bits of cobblestone. We're going to go bang, oh, bang, bang, and that is ready to go. So what we're going to need to do next is to add some spikes. Now, if you remember, we've already got some spikes in here, so I'm not going to actually make these, but the recipes for the iron spikes is 3 iron bars in a crafting table with 3 stone pressure plates. And then the one for the diamond spikes is 3 diamonds in a crafting table with 3 blocks of iron. So this is very, very expensive. The difference is the iron ones will kill the mob, but the diamond spikes will give experience and player only drop. So they are definitely an upgraded amount. So if you want special things from some of these mobs, you're definitely going to need these diamonds ones. But I've already got these in the system, and this is an upgrade episode. So what we're going to do is we're going to come over here, and we're going to make ourselves an actual mob grinder. Now, to make the mob grinder, we're first going to need a bunch of iron spikes. Now, these are basic spikes. They do not retract in the world. They simply will exist as is. So to make these iron spikes, it is simply a block of iron in a crafting table with 3 swords. Now, these are very different than the other iron spikes. So we're going to take this one out, and you can see this is the mob grinding utilities, and we're going to place that there, and you can see the spikes just exist in the world. They do not retract or turn off, or however you want to think about that. So we're going to grab those spikes. We're going to come over to this crafting table. We're going to take 2 of these iron spikes into the crafting table with a block of redstone, a block of iron, 3 diamonds, and 2 swords gets us a mob masher. Now, this is an advanced mob grinder. I'm just going to read right off of this thing. It can be enhanced with more masher or mob masher upgrades, and these do count as player kills. Now, whereas these iron spikes do not count as player kills, the mob masher kills do count as player kills. So very similar to the iron and diamond spikes from the Cyclic mod pack. So what we're going to do is we're going to take that mob masher out. Now, I'm eventually going to want to have a whole bunch of these. They are a fairly expensive recipe, but if you've got your system up and running, it should not be too tough. So what we're going to do is we're going to come over here, and I am going to first off, and I should have done this the last time I was over here, let's go and turn off this mob fan, and we're going to come all the way back. And what I'm going to do is let's go and break these diamond. Actually, let's break these ones right here because I'm going to want to get in and out of this area. We're going to take the mob masher. We're going to place it on the wall. You can place them on the floors. I believe you can even place them on the ceilings. Actually, let's just do a quick test. And we're going to go, and yes, you can place them on the ceilings as well. So whatever design your mob grinder needs, these things are going to work for you. We're going to go take that, place it back on the wall here. Now, very similar to the Cyclic spikes, these require a redstone signal as well. So you could do something as simple as a redstone block behind there, or, the lever will turn it on and off. You can see that is going really, really well. Now, we're just going to go turn that off while we're going to work on it, and let's go take a look at some of these upgrades. Now, very, very similar to the mob fan, the mob grinder has a number of different upgrades to do a bunch of different things. So the first upgrade we're going to look at is the mob masher upgrade Sharpness. This is simply a piece of redstone in a crafting table with 4 swords and 4 gold nuggets. Actually, let's take that out. Next up is going to be the looting mob masher upgrade. That is going to be 4 lapis lazuli. You could also use the blue water or blue dye, 1 piece of redstone, and 4 gold nuggets. Now, there's also a fire aspect mob masher upgrade. That is going to be 4 flint and steel, 1 piece of redstone, and 4 gold nuggets. There is going to be the Smite mob masher upgrade, which is 4 rotten flesh, 1 redstone, and 4 gold nuggets. There's also going to be the Bane of Arthropods upgrade, which is going to be 4 spider eyes, 1 redstone, and 4 gold nuggets. Now, I got the zombie flesh and the spider eye from my original mob grinder. It may be a little bit more difficult to get them in your world, depending on what you've already got. But now that is the Bane of Arthropods mod upgrade. Next up is going to be the Mob Masher upgrade Beheading. So this is going to get you a lot of head drops. To make this, it is simply 2 gold helmets, 2 iron helmets, a piece of redstone, and 4 gold nuggets. And that gets you that upgrade. So similar to the fan, what we're going to do is we're going to come over here, we're going to right click on this, and we can just go and throw these up into the Mob Masher. Now, one thing to keep in mind, and what makes these Mob Mashers really, really good, is you can use these and upgrade them up to 10 times the base amount. So this is a Sharpness +1, you can get up to Sharpness +10. Same thing with the Beheading, you can get up to Beheading +10. So the upgradability is really going to help you get those drops that you are looking for. So now that we are out here, the last thing we want to do is look at is the item collector. Now, to make an item collector, it is simply 2 droppers, a block of lapis lazuli, 2 iron ingots, and 3 hoppers. That gets you an item collector. Now, what the item collector does is any items in an area, and you can actually change the area. So let's put on this preview hidden. Right now, I've got it set up to do the 11 by 11. So pretty much anything in this area. So if I take this iron spike and I go throw it there, oh, what I got to do is I've actually got this turned off. We're going to turn this to always on, and you can see that item has gone. We can go do that with a torch, and it's not even hitting the ground. It's getting sucked up so fast. So what you need to do is make sure you place the item collector with the circle pointing in. Anything loose in this 11 by 11 area is going to get sucked up, regardless of whether you want it to or not. So definitely be careful where you put it. And if you are working around one of them and your stuff disappears, this is the first place you want to be looking for it. But what we're going to do now is we're going to come over here. Actually, first off, I'm going to go and I'm going to grab that torch. You can see the lighting levels are showing a very red at the back, yellow at the front because I've got this open. Let's go and turn that on, and this is going to get really, I should not have done that. I'm going to turn that off, and oh, no. Okay, so that's what I get for trying to be too fancy. So we're going to come over here. We're going to turn that off. Oh, and look at that. There's a zombie in here already. So let's go and get all of that stuff. And what we're going to do is we're going to come over here and grab that little bit of cobblestone. We're going to go 1, 2. Now you can hear the mobs going in here. Actually, what we want to do, let's break this right here. So you can see he's coming over here. We're going to turn that on, and let's come back over here, and actually let's just open up this one right here. So we're going to flip that switch, and there you go. You can see the zombie getting processed in the background. And the iron spikes are definitely not as good as some of the other ones, but there you go. He has perished. The drop has been sucked up into the system, and everything is good to go. So what we're going to do is we're going to go and put that back down, and we're going to come over here, and we're going to put that in place. Now, this is fully functional, and that is going to be it for this one, guys. This was a little bit longer than I thought it was going to be, but hopefully you guys enjoyed this video. If you did, please think about leaving a like and a subscribe. You can follow me on Twitter at JACKELWOLF. Also, check out the description below. There's a link to my Discord page. I would love it if you guys stop by to say hi. But that is it. I will see you guys next time. Goodbye.